They want us to succeed on the football field. But, and this is just what I noticed, is I don't think they really care so much if we succeed in life beyond that.
Why would they give us a $100,000 scholarship to make us a man?
Knowing what I know now, especially the quality of the experience, like Texas prepared me to be a good college football player. It did not prepare me for life.
That's real.
Not even, it almost anti-prepared me for
That's
life.
real.
I think we're fetishized when we go to that.
Okay.
And I'm not speaking for all of us. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Why do you say it almost prepared you for life as opposed to what an HBCU could provide, though?
Well, I'll say this, preparing me to be successful in life. Because I think so much about how we learn is what we see.
Okay.
Is what we see around us. And then at Texas, what I saw around me was a big difference in who had all the intellectual power. And so I started to lose confidence in my intelligence, and it didn't really support me. And I wasn't around people that came from where I came from who understood who I was. And I think being around other people that look like me who were successful, doing things that I would love to do or I wanted to see myself doing. But at Texas, I didn't see very many people that looked like me doing things that I was passionate about doing. Looking back, it was great. I did a lot of wonderful things, but I think that time of life in college is such a special time. I think if you're only focused on sports and not really engaged in the growing up, becoming a man process, I think it's a big loss.
And so, like, you think if you were in this age, the age where Hugh Jackson is at Grambling State, the age where Eddie George is at Tennessee State, Primetime is at Jackson State, where these schools now believe they can get the Ricky Williamses of the world, do you think in this time you consider
it would be no question.
The HBCU stuff. Would you want to go and coach or mentor?
It's the only place I would go and coach.
You wouldn't coach at Texas.
Yeah, folks, Coach Simmons here. It is so hard to explain to people the difference between playing football at an HBCU and playing football at a major university. I'm going to let this picture explain it to you. And what Ricky was saying was quite simply very profound. On the field, that is your black community. You step off the field, you walk into a sea of people who don't know you, who don't understand you, people who don't comprehend what you're going through. And yes, I said it before, I'll say it again. These schools, they use all kids for sports and athletics. Money grabbers, you want to call them. But only football and basketball actually make money. Yet those kids are treated like crap by the university once they step off of that field. And I know there's going to be a lot of Longhorn fans complaining, saying, well, Ricky Williams was just one player. Ricky Williams does not speak for everybody. Ricky Williams is one of the most vocal players to come out right now. But there are more players who don't get respect at UT. You talk about the NIL deal. Who owns Vince Young Steakhouse? Oh, wait. No. Quarterback Vince Young doesn't even own the steakhouse with his name. When Vince Young filed bankruptcy, he couldn't get a steak in the steakhouse. So what I'm saying, people, and what Ricky's saying is very simple. And unless you've played at a PWI, you can't really understand what I'm about to tell you. Once you leave that field, you're no longer wanted. If you can't bring back to the university, you're no longer required. It's like the old saying, run, boy, run. They had a saying down here too. It was run, Ricky, run. That was the main thing that people were trying to let these kids know now. There is another option. I think in the future, the kids like Vince Young, the Ricky Williams, will start coming down to HBCUs. They've already started somewhat coming down there. But the thing that needs to happen next is when we start getting the other side of those players coming down. When I say the other side, there are players who would have made great strides personally if they came down to HBCUs. They still would have been the same way they are right now as a player. But once we start getting these players who don't even come back to the school anymore, once these players come to HBCUs, it's going to be a wrap. But must remember, Ricky got him there first. Coach Simmons, I'm out.